Let's talk about something that separates organised coaching from just making people tired: periodisation. At its simplest, periodisation is the planned, systematic variation of training variables, things like volume, intensity, frequency, exercise selection, and rest over time. The goal: maximise performance, minimise fatigue, avoid stagnation, reduce injury risk. It's not about training hard, it's about training hard at the right time for the right reason. So, why periodise? First, we want to manage fatigue. If you just hammer high intensity all year, your athletes won't adapt. They accumulate fatigue. Periodisation builds recovery into the plan instead of waiting for burnout to force it. Second, we want to prevent plateaus. The body adapts quickly. If stimulus doesn't change, progress stalls. Variation keeps adaptation moving. Thirdly, we want to reduce injury risk. Tendons, joints, and the nervous system can only tolerate so much. Structured loading and deload phases protect them long term. Fourth, we want to peak at the right time. Your boxer doesn't need to peak in pre season. Your football team doesn't need to peak in week 3. You want them at their best when it matters. And finally, we want to balance multiple qualities: strength, speed, power, endurance, skill. You can't max everything at once. Periodisation helps you decide what gets emphasis and when. Now, when we're periodising a training programme, we break things up into various cycles. Firstly, we have a macro cycle, which is usually 6 or 12 months. Olympic coaches may even plan over a 4-year cycle. Within the macro cycle, we have mesocycles, and these specific blocks of training would normally last between 4 and 8 weeks. And within the mesocycles, we have microcycles, which is usually a week's worth of training. On the diagram, you'll also see within those, we're split up into individual training days as well. The first method of periodisation we'll speak about is the traditional linear periodisation. The idea here is gradual progression. Typically, high volume and low intensity early on, moving gradually through to low volume and high intensity towards competition. For example, weeks 1 to 4 might be 4 sets of 10. Weeks 5 to 8 move to 4 sets of 6. And weeks 9 to 12 might go to 5 sets of 3. Volume decreases and intensity increases. Why does this work? You build a base first, then strength, and then you peak for competition. It's simple, clear, logical, and it's great for beginners. The downside? It's less flexible, and if blocks are too long, earlier qualities can detrain. But for teaching structure, it's a fantastic starting model. Next, let's look at undulating periodisation, sometimes referred to as non-linear periodisation. Here, volume and intensity change more frequently. Instead of long blocks, you might rotate emphasis weekly or even daily. For example, in 1 week, Monday could be a hypertrophy day, Wednesday could be a heavy strength day, and Friday could be a power focus. Multiple qualities are trained in parallel. What are the benefits of this? Athletes stay a bit fresher, there's less stagnation, it's better for in season where you can't afford long, heavy blocks. But here's the key: if there's no structure behind it, it just becomes random training. Undulating works brilliantly, but only if it's planned. And last but not least, block periodisation. Instead of spreading everything evenly, you concentrate on one primary quality at a time. Classic structure goes accumulation, intensification, realisation. Accumulation builds volume and general capacity. Intensification builds maximum strength. Realisation sharpens power and performance and gets an athlete peaked. The idea is concentrated overload. You drive one adaptation hard while maintaining others at lower volumes. This model is brilliant for advanced athletes, great for combat sports, and has strong peaking potential. But sequencing matters, block length matters. If you stay too long in one phase, other qualities can slide. So, which model is best? Well, with most things, it depends. It depends on training age, sport demands, competition calendar, injury history, coaching experience, and so much more. Beginners, linear works really well. Team sports, in season, undulating, periodisation with flexibility that responds to recovery, athlete HRV scores, and this type of thing can work really well. In advanced strength athletes, the block model really shines. The important thing is, periodisation isn't about fancy spreadsheets. It's about understanding stress and recovery. Apply stress strategically, allow adaptation deliberately, and peak performance intentionally. Any coach can make athletes tired. It takes planning to make them better and better at the right time. If this helped clarify periodisation, and if you want more breakdowns like this on various sports science concepts, make sure you subscribe to the channel. We'll see you next time.